Change is a constant force in life, whether we choose to accept it or not. It's an undeniable part of the human experience. From the moment we are born, change surrounds us physically, emotionally, and mentally. The world around us evolves, the people in our lives change, and so do we. The truth is, change is not only inevitable but also essential. Without change, growth would be impossible. Yet many of us resist it, afraid of the unknown or the discomfort that often accompanies change. But the key to living a fulfilled and successful life lies in our ability to embrace change, adapt to it, and use it to our advantage. The reality is that dreams and aspirations are not realized by wishing them into existence. They require action, bold, consistent, and deliberate action. It's easy to say, I want to be successful or I want to be happy. But it's much harder to put in the effort required to make those things a reality. Success, in any form, isn't handed to us. It is earned through the choices we make and the steps we take toward those goals. To change your life, you must first decide that you are willing to act, even when the path seems unclear or difficult. The effort you put in today will lay the foundation for the life you build tomorrow. Success is not a random occurrence. It's built over time, piece by piece. It's built on the small, everyday decisions we make and the actions we take. It's easy to think that success is for the lucky few, those born with advantages or connections, but the truth is that success is available to anyone willing to put in the work. However, it's not about one big leap, it's about consistency. Success doesn't come from a single moment or a flash of brilliance. It's the result of continuously pushing forward, even when progress feels slow, even when setbacks occur. Every day you show up, every step you take, even if small, is a part of the larger picture. The key is not to get discouraged when things don't happen overnight. Consistency over time will always outlast fleeting bursts of effort. But change and growth don't happen without a cost. True transformation demands sacrifices. Comfort is often the enemy of progress. The path to a better life requires stepping outside of what is familiar, what is easy, and sometimes what feels safe. We all have routines, habits, and environments that make us feel secure, but staying in those spaces can keep us from growing. Real change happens when we are willing to challenge ourselves, to do the things that feel uncomfortable, even frightening. It's in those moments when we push ourselves to do more, to be more, that we begin to experience real growth. Whether it's taking on a new challenge at work, moving to a new place, or pursuing a new passion, the sacrifice of comfort is often the price we must pay for progress. One of the biggest barriers to change is the fear of failure. Many people are paralyzed by the idea that they will fail, so they don't even try. But the truth is that failure is an integral part of the journey toward success. Failure is not a permanent state, it is a temporary setback that teaches us valuable lessons. When we fail, we learn what doesn't work, which brings us closer to understanding what does work. It's important to shift our mindset about failure. Instead of fearing it, we should welcome it as an opportunity for growth. Every failure is simply a step along the way, a necessary part of the learning process. The most successful people are often the ones who have failed the most, but they didn't let those failures define them. Instead, they used them as stepping stones to greater success. The way we respond to challenges is one of the most important factors that determine the course of our lives. Life is full of obstacles, unexpected difficulties, challenges, and setbacks. But these are not the things that define us, it's how we choose to react to them that does. Every obstacle is an opportunity to learn, to become stronger, to prove to ourselves what we are capable of. When life gets tough, the easy thing to do is give up, to walk away, to settle for less. But those who succeed are the ones who don't let adversity break them. They use it as fuel, as motivation, to keep moving forward. The path to a better life is not a straight line, it's filled with twists and turns, bumps in the road, and moments of doubt. But those who are willing to face these challenges with determination and resilience will ultimately find their way to success. Ultimately, the life you want doesn't just happen. It is the product of your decisions, your actions, and your ability to adapt to and embrace change. Every day presents a new opportunity to move closer to the life you envision. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment, it's about making the most of the moment you have right now. You have the power to shape your future, but it requires commitment, action, and resilience. Don't wait for things to change on their own. Be the one who creates the change. Dreams are powerful things. They fuel us with hope, excitement, and a sense of possibility. However, dreams alone will never lead to success. A dream, no matter how big or beautiful, is nothing more than a thought or desire until you act on it. Action is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's easy to sit and daydream about the life you wish to live, but it's a different story when it comes to turning those dreams into a reality. The truth is that life doesn't simply hand you the rewards of your dreams. They are earned through sustained effort and determination. You might have a vision of success, but unless you take steps toward that vision, it will remain just that, a vision. Whether it's pursuing a new career, starting a business, or achieving personal growth, all of these things require more than just wishing. They require deliberate, focused action. Taking action means pushing through discomfort, facing uncertainty, and often doing things that may seem difficult or unfamiliar. It's about doing the work, even when motivation fades or when things don't go as planned. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. But if you let hesitation, doubt, or fear of failure stop you, those dreams will remain out of reach. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is that those who succeed refuse to let inaction hold them back. They push forward even when they don't have all the answers or when the path is unclear. When you act on your dreams, you begin to shape your future. You start to learn the lessons that only experience can provide. The road to achieving your dreams is rarely straight and easy. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and moments of frustration, but each challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. The key is not to get discouraged when things don't happen as quickly as you hope or when you encounter setbacks. It's about continuing to take action, even in the face of difficulty. Often, the greatest successes come not from moments of brilliance, but from consistent, persistent action over time. Action also requires you to make decisions, some small, some big, and those decisions shape the course of your life. Every choice you make, every step you take, moves you closer to or further from your dream. Sometimes the hardest part of taking action is simply deciding to start. Many people spend years thinking about their dreams, making plans and strategizing, but never taking the first step. They fear making the wrong decision or fear failure, and as a result, they never act at all. But the truth is that there is no perfect moment to begin. The best time to take action is right now. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't need to know every step of the journey ahead. What matters is that you start, even if you don't have all the answers. As you move forward, clarity will come. Moreover, action is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Dreams can be inspiring, but without action, they are simply wishful thinking. Achieving your goals requires you to take risks, to step into the unknown, and to keep moving even when the path is unclear. Often, success isn't about talent or intelligence, it's about perseverance and the willingness to keep going when others give up. Inaction is a barrier to success, and the longer you delay acting on your dreams, the further they slip away from you. One of the reasons people fail to take action is the fear of failure. Failure is a natural part of the journey towards success, but it's also one of the biggest obstacles that hold people back. The fear of failure is paralyzing, and many people let it stop them from ever starting. But failure is not the end, it's a lesson. Each failure is an opportunity to learn, to refine your approach, and to grow. Without failure, there is no growth. Without risk, there is no reward. The people who achieve their dreams are not those who avoid failure, they are those who face it head-on, learn from it, and keep moving forward. It's important to recognize that not all action needs to be perfect. In fact, it's often the imperfect action that leads to progress. Taking action doesn't mean you will always make the right decisions, and it doesn't mean everything will go as planned. What matters is that you continue to move forward, adjust when necessary, and keep striving toward your goals. Every misstep or mistake provides valuable insight, and every setback can lead to a new opportunity. By continuing to take action, you ensure that you are constantly learning, evolving, and getting closer to your dreams. If you wait for the perfect conditions to act, you might never take that first step. Conditions will never be ideal, and there will always be uncertainties and obstacles. But you don't have to wait for everything to align perfectly. The best time to take action is right now, with what you have. It's about making progress, not perfection. Even small, imperfect actions will move you forward, while inaction will keep you stagnant. The path to success is paved with action, not with plans, hopes, or dreams alone. While dreaming can inspire you, it is action that turns dreams into reality. If you want to change your life, you have to be willing to step up and take action, regardless of the challenges or uncertainties that lie ahead. Dreams are the starting point, but it's your actions that will determine the destination. The choice is yours. You can either keep dreaming without taking any steps, or you can begin taking action today and watch your dreams come to life. Life is filled with challenges and setbacks, but it is how we respond to these obstacles that ultimately determines the course of our journey. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to face hardships head-on, and to keep moving forward, even when the path ahead is unclear or difficult. It is not the absence of failure or hardship that defines a person, but the strength to persevere in the face of adversity. Resilience is what shapes our future and influences how far we are willing to go in pursuit of our goals. Resilience is tested when things don't go as planned. We all face moments of disappointment, frustration, and failure. It could be the loss of a job, the end of a relationship, or the realization that we are not where we thought we would be in life. These moments can feel overwhelming, and the temptation to give up is strong. However, it is during these moments that resilience becomes crucial. It is the ability to acknowledge the pain and difficulty, but refuse to let it define you. Instead, resilience allows you to rise above the challenges and continue to move forward with a renewed sense of determination. The key to resilience is not about avoiding difficulty, but about developing the strength to handle it. Life will never be free of challenges, and things won't always go the way we hope. But resilient people have the ability to endure through hardship. They understand that setbacks are temporary, that struggles are part of the journey, and that growth often comes from facing adversity. Resilience helps us keep going when everything inside us wants to stop. It is what helps us maintain our focus on our long-term goals, even when we are faced with immediate obstacles. One of the most powerful aspects of resilience is its ability to transform setbacks into stepping stones. When faced with a challenge or failure, resilient individuals do not see these experiences as the end of the road, but as an opportunity to learn, adjust, and improve. Each setback teaches valuable lessons about ourselves, about our strengths and weaknesses, and about the strategies we need to adopt in the future. Resilience allows us to view failures not as permanent defeats, but as learning experiences. Instead of being discouraged by mistakes, we become motivated to try again, to refine our approach, and to continue our journey with greater wisdom. Furthermore, resilience gives us the ability to maintain a positive mindset, even when things are difficult. It's easy to become discouraged when we face constant challenges, but resilient people know how to keep their spirits up in the face of adversity. A positive mindset is not about ignoring the difficulties, but about choosing to focus on what can be done, what can be learned, and how we can continue moving forward. Resilience helps us find meaning and purpose even in the most challenging times. It helps us understand that even the most difficult experiences can teach us valuable lessons and lead us toward personal growth. Resilience also plays a vital role in shaping how we approach change. Change can be difficult to navigate, and many people resist it because it brings uncertainty and discomfort. But resilience allows us to embrace change and adapt to new circumstances. It teaches us to let go of what is no longer serving us and to embrace the opportunities that change brings. Those who are resilient are more open to growth because they understand that change is inevitable and that it is often necessary for progress. They are not afraid to step outside of their comfort zones, take risks, and face the unknown. Instead, they use resilience to adapt to change and make the most of it. In addition to personal growth, resilience is crucial in maintaining healthy relationships and connections with others. During times of stress or difficulty, it is easy to become isolated or withdrawn. However, resilient individuals know the importance of staying connected with others, seeking support when needed, and maintaining a sense of community. They understand that resilience is not just about individual strength, but about leaning on others and offering support when they are in need. Healthy relationships provide the encouragement and motivation needed to persevere through tough times. By fostering resilience, we build stronger, more supportive relationships that help us face challenges together. Another important aspect of resilience is its ability to build self-confidence. When we face challenges and overcome them, we gain a greater sense of belief in our own abilities. Every time we rise after a fall, we prove to ourselves that we are capable of handling whatever comes our way. Resilience is built through experience. It's the cumulative effect of overcoming obstacles and learning how to deal with life's challenges. With each success, no matter how small, we grow in confidence, knowing that we have the strength and perseverance to keep moving forward. Resilience is not just about bouncing back from adversity, it's about bouncing forward. It's about using setbacks and challenges as fuel for personal growth and transformation. When we approach challenges with resilience, we are not just surviving, but thriving. We use each obstacle as an opportunity to evolve, to become stronger, and to discover new possibilities. Resilience allows us to find new paths when the old ones are blocked, and to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. The ability to be resilient determines how far we can go in life. Those who are resilient are not defined by their circumstances, but by their ability to adapt, persevere, and overcome. Resilience shapes our path by enabling us to stay focused on our goals, regardless of the difficulties we face. It empowers us to rise after each fall, to learn from our experiences, and to continue moving forward. When we cultivate resilience, we empower ourselves to take control of our destiny, to navigate life's challenges with strength, and to create the future we desire. Resilience is the foundation upon which we build our success, our growth, and our ability to live life on our own terms. Growth is not something that simply happens by chance. It is a process that demands commitment, effort, and sacrifice. It requires us to step outside of our comfort zones and face challenges head-on. We often think of growth in terms of rewards, achieving success, reaching milestones, or realizing our potential, but the truth is that growth requires us to give up something in order to gain something greater. Sacrifice is the key that unlocks true growth, and without it, our potential remains untapped. The very nature of growth involves change, and change can be uncomfortable. It forces us to reevaluate our habits, our beliefs, and our routines. To grow, we must leave behind old ways of thinking or behaving that no longer serve us. This might mean letting go of bad habits, cutting ties with toxic influences, or even sacrificing the safety and security of what is familiar. These sacrifices are not easy, but they are necessary. If we refuse to let go of what is holding us back, we remain stuck in the same place, unable to move forward. One of the most significant sacrifices that growth demands is time. Achieving anything meaningful takes time to learn, time to practice, time to improve, and time to fail. We live in a world that increasingly values instant gratification, but growth doesn't happen overnight. There is no shortcut to becoming the person you want to be or reaching the goals you've set for yourself. It requires patience and the willingness to invest time and energy consistently over the long haul. For some, this might mean sacrificing leisure time or the comfort of idle distractions to focus on personal development or pursuing their passions. Time once spent can never be recovered, so using it wisely is a sacrifice in itself, one that pays dividends in the future. Another sacrifice growth demands is comfort. We are creatures of habit, and we often prefer the familiar, even if it doesn't contribute to our growth. Taking the path of least resistance can feel good in the moment, but it rarely leads to meaningful progress. Growth requires us to face discomfort, whether that's trying something new, tackling difficult tasks, or confronting our fears. It means being willing to make decisions that are hard in the short term for the benefit of long-term growth. For example, you may need to push yourself to work late into the night to finish a project, or you might need to have difficult conversations in order to resolve conflicts. Growth often means saying no to short-term comfort in favor of long-term development. Sacrifice also comes in the form of personal relationships. While this might seem harsh, sometimes growth requires us to step away from people or situations that are no longer healthy or beneficial to our well-being. This could involve distancing ourselves from negative or toxic individuals who discourage us from pursuing our goals, or it could mean recognizing that your life is yours to shape, and the sooner you realize that, the sooner you can begin the process of transformation. Too often, people wait for the perfect moment to start. They wait for more time, more money, or for the circumstances around them to magically align. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect time. The only moment you truly have is now. Every day you delay, you're missing an opportunity to take control of your future. It's not enough to hope for change or to want it badly. You have to own your decisions and your actions. Blaming your circumstances, your past, or other people will only keep you stuck. True change begins the moment you say, "This is my life, and I will be the one to change it." Taking responsibility doesn't mean everything will become easy overnight. but it does mean you'll finally be in the driver's seat. Discipline is the foundation of any meaningful change. It's not about motivation because motivation comes and goes. Discipline, however, remains steady. It's waking up early to work on your dreams, even when your bed feels more inviting. It's putting in the effort day after day, even when no one is watching. Discipline is what keeps you on track when the excitement fades and the road gets tough. The truth is, the path to success is not glamorous. It's made up of small, often repetitive actions that don't always show results right away. That's why discipline is so important. You have to trust the process, even when you can't immediately see the fruits of your labor. Over time, those small, consistent efforts compound into significant progress. The question isn't whether you can succeed, it's whether you're willing to commit to the process. Belief in yourself is another crucial part of changing your life. If you don't believe in your ability to succeed, why would anyone else? You have to cultivate a mindset of faith, not just faith in something larger than yourself, but faith in your own potential. This doesn't mean ignoring your doubts or pretending challenges don't exist. It means choosing to move forward despite those doubts. Belief is powerful because it changes how you approach obstacles. When you believe in yourself, challenges become opportunities to learn and grow rather than reasons to give up. It's not about being perfect or having all the answers, it's about knowing you have what it takes to figure things out as you go. The first step in building this belief is to stop comparing yourself to others. Your journey is unique, and your progress is yours alone to measure. Action is where real transformation happens. You can plan, dream, and visualize all you want, but nothing changes until you take action. Don't get caught up in waiting for everything to be perfect before you start. Perfectionism is just another form of procrastination. Start where you are with what you have and take one small step forward. Even the smallest actions, when done consistently, can lead to significant results over time. Don't underestimate the power of momentum. When you take action, no matter how small, you create energy that propels you forward. Each step you take builds confidence and reinforces your belief that change is possible. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Failure is inevitable, but it's not the end of the road. In fact, failure is a necessary part of growth. Every successful person has faced setbacks, made mistakes, and experienced moments of doubt. The difference is they didn't let those failures define them. Instead, they used them as learning experiences. When you fail, don't see it as proof that you're not good enough. See it as an opportunity to learn something valuable about yourself and your approach. Failure is feedback. It's a chance to adjust your strategy, refine your methods, and come back stronger. The only true failure is giving up. As long as you're willing to get back up and try again, you haven't failed. The biggest enemy of change is procrastination. There's always a reason to wait: too busy, too tired, too uncertain. But every day you wait is a day you'll never get back. Life doesn't pause for you to catch up. The longer you wait to take action, the harder it becomes to break free from old habits and routines. If you want to change your life, you have to act now. It doesn't matter if you're not fully ready. No one ever feels completely prepared for the challenges ahead. What matters is starting. Once you take that first step, you'll realize that the fear of starting was far worse than the act itself. Change is possible for anyone, at any stage of life. It's not reserved for the young or the privileged. It's a choice that you can make at any moment. But it's up to you to take that first step. No one can do it for you. If you're waiting for permission, consider this your sign. Take the leap. Start today. Every moment you spend hesitating is a moment you'll never get back. Life is moving forward, whether you're ready or not. And the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to make the changes you know you need to make. Time doesn't pause. It doesn't wait for the right circumstances to align perfectly. The truth is, there will never be a perfect time. Waiting for everything to feel just right is an illusion that keeps too many people stuck in the same place. If you want change, you have to act now. When you put things off, you create a habit of inaction. Procrastination doesn't just delay progress, it builds a mindset where hesitation becomes your default. Each time you tell yourself, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'll do it when I feel ready," you reinforce the belief that later is an option. But later often becomes never. How many dreams are buried because of this mindset? How many opportunities are missed because people are too afraid to begin? Taking action doesn't require you to know every step of the journey. It doesn't demand perfection. What it demands is courage. Courage to move forward despite your fears. Courage to take the first step, even if it's small. People often wait for clarity, thinking they need to see the whole path before they can begin. But clarity comes from action. The more you do, the more you learn, and the clearer your path becomes. There's something powerful about momentum. When you start moving, even if it feels awkward or uncertain, you begin to build energy. That energy propels you forward, making each subsequent step easier than the last. It's like a train starting to move. It may begin slowly, but once it gains momentum, it becomes unstoppable. The hardest part is often the beginning, but once you overcome that initial resistance, you'll wonder why you waited so long to start. Many people let fear hold them back. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or even fear of success. But fear only has the power you give it. The only way to overcome fear is to face it head on. Action diminishes fear. When you take even the smallest step toward your goal, the fear begins to shrink. You realize that the act of doing is far less intimidating than the act of thinking about it. It's easy to convince yourself that you're preparing, planning, or waiting for the right moment. But preparation without execution is just another form of procrastination. You don't need to have everything figured out to start. Start messy if you have to. Start without all the answers. What matters is that you begin. The lessons you need to learn will reveal themselves along the way. One of the most important things to remember is that time is finite. You don't have endless tomorrows to rely on. Each day that passes is a day you can't get back. This isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to remind you of the urgency of now. Every moment you wait is a moment you lose. Every delay is a missed opportunity to move closer to the life you want. It's tempting to think that later is safer, that waiting will make things easier. But the reality is, waiting often makes things harder. The longer you delay, the more excuses you create, and the more comfortable you become in your current situation. Comfort can be dangerous because it keeps you from growing. Change requires stepping out of that comfort zone, and the longer you stay in it, the harder it is to leave. Action doesn't mean taking huge leaps all at once. It's about small, consistent steps. It's about deciding right now to do one thing that moves you closer to your goal. It could be making a phone call, writing down a plan, or simply committing to start. What matters is that you do something. Even the smallest action is progress. It's important to let go of the idea that you need permission to start. No one is going to hand you a perfect opportunity or tell you the exact moment to begin. The only person who can decide that is you. You don't need anyone else's approval or validation. If there's something you want to do, something you've been putting off, now is the time to act. Imagine looking back on your life years from now. What will you regret more, the things you tried and didn't succeed at, or the things you never attempted? Regret isn't about failure, it's about missed chances. The pain of not trying far outweighs the discomfort of starting. Time is your most valuable resource. Once it's gone, you can't get it back. Every day you wait is a day you can never reclaim. You have the power to act now, to take control, and to start moving toward the life you want. All it takes is one decision, one step, and then another. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back any longer. The only thing standing between you and the life you dream of is your willingness to begin. What are you waiting for? The moment is already here. Start now.